Disciple Marius. Oh, a fellow disciple. Who are you again? I'm Feng Lie. Huh, I actually remember you. What's going on, Disciple Feng Lie? Just now, another disciple sent me a message saying that there was a suspicious person in Fully City. They may have something to do with the recent chaos. Since I'm guarding the spirit altar, I can't go myself. And since you need to wait for the right time to travel to the upper realms, you want me to go check it out? Sure. We were thinking about heading back to Felicity for a bit anyway. Sorry for the trouble, Brother Marius. I'll send you a description of the mysterious person later. Got it. Hey, Fenglia's attitude toward Marius seems a little off. I agree. He claims to be a fellow disciple, but his behavior wasn't natural. Well, it can't be helped. These are all games the site's inside story. Huh? What do you mean by inside story? Feng Lius is a direct disciple of the Lord of Jiwing House. He is also the eldest senior disciple in our sect. Technically, he should be the first choice as heir to the Jiwing House, but I'm a little more talented than he is. I don't know how the rumor started, but people have been saying that the Lord of Jiwing House is planning on passing the title on to me. Think about it. Feng Liu thought he was a shoe-in for House Lord. He's probably thinking I'm going to get in his way. Of course, it will bother him. I see. I thought he was looking at you a bit weird. But I don't think he's malicious. Yeah, he's an outstanding guy. And pretty dependable one, too. Alright, we can discuss it later. We should hurry back to Felicity to see what is going on. Right, let's stay on track. Yep, let's head out now. Look at that guy. He matches the description that Feng Lie gave us. Come on, let's go take a look. Hello, disciples. My name is Lin Shen. Do you need me for something? Huh? He's so direct. May I ask which sect you belong to, Lin Shen? There have been reports of your behavior in Felicity being suspicious. It could be related to the recent anomalies. As cultivation disciples, we're here to make sure nothing is going on and everyone is safe. There's no need to be so formal when you talk to me. You guys must be players too, right? Someone discovered us again? No way. Thinking back to the trouble caused by other players before, you can't help but grow more suspicious of Lin Shen. You all glance at one another simultaneously, the same defensive look in your eyes. Fellow disciple, what do you mean by players? It is clear that you are well spoken and proficient in magic. Why have you chosen to remain in Felicity and not ascend to the upper realms? Vin avoids Lin Shen's question, turning it back around on him instead. I have no interest in the upper realms. Lin Shen, there you are. I've been looking for you forever. Danmo, do you need something? As soon as the girl Danmo's appears, Lin Shen's attention completely shifts to her. His voice even grows more gentle. I just finished painting the Chunhua realm landscape. I wanted to show it to you. Thanks to your help, I finally have a gleam of hope to complete the leisure illustration. Hey, are you busy with something? Who are these guys? Don't worry, it's not important. We can go somewhere else to talk. It seems like Lin Shen is pretty close with that girl named Danmo. Yeah, his attitude toward Danmo just now was totally different from the way he treated us. That girl was just a normal character. It's odd for someone like Lin Shen to know her so well. Artem emphasized the words normal character, and all of you understand the deeper meaning behind his words. Danmo is definitely a normal NPC, and Lin Shen is a real life player. There's no reason for them to have such a close bond. Lin Shen said he had no interest in the upper realms just now. Perhaps he is staying in Felicity because of Danmo. As you watch Lin Shen and Danmo talking happily in the distance, you all agree with Vin's theory. Lin Shen, I'm going to get some cakes. I'll be back in a bit. Okay, I'll be waiting right here. Lin Shen, could I speak to you for a moment? Wait a second. You watch as Lin Shen makes a gesture with his hands and mutters something. In a few seconds, a transparent sphere appears and envelopes you all within it. Inside the barrier, the sounds from nearby people disappear and everything is silence. I know what you guys are worried about. This is called a whisper spell. It can create a temporary barrier from the outside world. No one else can hear us when we talk here in here. Since you're so straightforward, I guess we shouldn't try to hide anything either. You're right, we're players. Oh, how honest of you. Since you're so honest, feel free to ask me whatever you want. We'd like to ask about the recent anomalies in Felicity. How much do you know about them? I... Lishan doesn't reply, appearing extremely embarrassed. Is it something you can't talk about? No, it's just a long story. I don't really know where to start. Why don't you start by telling us how you and Danmo meet? Danmo. Lishan's brow relaxes when Maris brings up Danmo. I met Danmo when I took part in the first internal beta test. The first? You mean this is your second time doing a beta test for this game? Yeah, I signed up again because of her. Linshan looks off into the distance, letting out a silent laugh. In real life, I'm a comic book artist. I'm not famous, and I don't have any money. I guess that was the darkest time in my life. I didn't get any responses after submitting my manuscript to publishing houses. I paid out of pocket to self-publish it on a website, but it wasn't popular. Back then, I had trouble surviving, and I certainly didn't have any hope for the future. I thought about giving up so many times. At my lowest point, I happened to come across the invitation for a codename Celestial beta test. So I thought since I was going to leave this world, it would be a nice idea to escape reality in a game before it actually happened. What happened after that? I met Danmo during one of my daily tasks. I didn't pay much attention to her at first. I thought she was just a normal NPC and that she was just programmed to love calligraphy and painting. But over time, after talking to her every day, I started to feel like she was different from other NPCs. I heard her mention something called the leisure illustration just now. Yeah, that's her dream. To paint the entirety of leisure. Nishan's eyes sparkle like they are filled with light when Vin mentions the leisure illustration. It's a big dream that's been pretty brutal on her, but she's still determined to pursue it. She never compromises or get discouraged. That's what makes her so unique to me. I see. To a certain extent, she is quite similar to you. She is just braver and more pure. Her persistence is really admirable. I can totally understand how hard it is to finish a large scale piece. But what do you mean by brutal? Does Stanmore have some kind of condition? Is she colorblind or something? Nation smiles and shakes his head. If it was some kind of condition, it would be easy to handle. Everything can be cured with magic or elixirs in this world, right? This world was made for cultivators, making magical ability more important than anything else. But then most innate spirit core is impaired, meaning there are limits to how much she can cultivate. That means she can never, right? She can never ascend to the upper realms. And if she can't go to the upper realms to see everything with her own eyes, how will she paint the entirety of Liu? Oh, when you put it that way, it really is brutal. Yet, you have magical ability. You can cultivate and then come and go as you please between Felicity and the upper realms. Is that why you wanted to help her fulfill her dreams? Yes, I wanted to be Danmo's eyes, witnessing the magnificence of the upper realms for her. After I discovered those treasures, I came back and described them to her, and she painted them. But before I had time to help Danmo finish the leisure illustration, another player had beaten the level. And once a player beats the level, the beta test ends. Vincent sighed deeply as he finishes speaking. You all understand Vincent's regret and why he decided to join the second internal beta test. Without a doubt, it was because he wanted to help fulfill Danmo's wish and pin Liju together. Wait, so based on your experience from the last test, as long as someone doesn't clear the level, you will have enough time to help Danmo finish the illustration. So, during this beta test, did you? Luke's question brings everyone back to the topic at hand. Even though he doesn't accuse Linshan directly, one can infer. Okay, I admit it. I've been using some tricks to slow other players down. I wanted to buy more time for myself and Danmo. But I have nothing to do with the demonic beast showing up in Felicity lately. Yes, it is true that you have not cultivated enough to command demonic beasts. Most of the players already went to the upper realms before you started messing with them, so it didn't have a big overall effect. That said, we still don't agree with your approach. Yeah, the game world is already pretty chaotic, so you're just adding to the mess. The life of the NPCs matter too. You're not just trying to ruin other people's gaming experience, you could have messed up the game world. Oh, was it really that bad? Of course, we got eased by another player ourselves recently. I is? As Linshan looks on in disbelief, you describe to him what happened not long ago. That player isn't joking, that's crossing the line. Yeah, behavior like that just harms others. Nothing good can come from it. Don't do stuff like that from now on. Instead of relying on underhanded tactics, use that time to learn more about the upper realms. Right, if Danmo was here, she definitely would not want her dream to be fulfilled at the expense of others. Danmo, I understand what you're saying, but if you have any concerns, just tell us. We'll think of a way to help. This is a big role. It was fit for us to meet here in the game. It's just that Danmo and I'll be just honest and say it. I know I should be spending my time cultivating and going to the upper realms to learn more. But every time I see Danmo, I can't stop myself from staying in Fully City to spend more time with her. The hesitation in Linshan's words revealed his affection. Okay, say no more. Let me get this straight. You can't bear to leave her side, so you're thinking of leaving the things in the upper realms to us. Yes. You're really blunt, aren't you? That works out perfectly. We're going to all the way to the highest level anyway, so we can tell you what we see and hear along the way. Our journey originally may have only given us a glimpse of a small part of this world. But now we will have the opportunity to truly experience the entirety of Lishu. Right, it will be like killing three birds with one stone. Really? Yep, as long as you stop messing with people in Fully, we'll bring you back information from the upper realms. You all nod in agreement. At the same time, the magic of the transparent spherical barrier around you has reached its limit and begins to disappear. Voices, the sound of the wind, and the chirping of birds float into your ears once again. I promise, I'll never do it again. I remember there are 4 levels, meaning 4 realms in Lishu. Should we meet here after you finish exploring each realm? Sure, no problem. Thank you all so much. Linshan, I want the cakes. Oh, hey, you guys are still here. Danmo, let me introduce you. These are some cultivation friends I just met. They said they're going to help you finish your Leisure illustration. Really? That's amazing. Thank you. I'm Danmo. What are your names? Oh, here, have some of these cakes. The girl's green skirt billows in the breeze. She extends a hand to all of you, her smile bright and warm. With each stroke, her brush will unfold the boundless stories within Lishu, painting scrolls that span the canvas of eternity. You believe her wish can finally come true this time. The time is flying by. I wonder how Danmo's illustration is coming along. We can head back and take a look if you want. Yeah, let's tell them about what happened in the upper realms too. Yes, I think they are also waiting for the materials we collected. Then let's go. I hope everything we saw and heard this time will help. You're back! Yep, what about Linshan? He isn't with you. Linshan went outside the city to help remove vines. They've been growing like crazy lately and are ruining the crops. Oh, not bad. He's on the straight and narrow already. That's quick. On the straight and narrow? Ignore him, Danmo. He just likes to make fun of people. We still have some things to take care of, so would you like to hear about what we saw in the Kyushu round first? We learned a lot there this time. Sure, I'll get my brushes, paper, and ink. Then Mo comes back with her painting supplies after some time. Go ahead, I'll remember everything. After you tell me about what happened in the Kyushu realm, I'll know just how to paint this level on my leisure illustration. Danmo rests her chin on her hands as she waits for your story. We met a pair of sisters in the Kyushu realm. There were twin tree gods who came from the Kyushu spirit tree. Tree gods? Yes, they are the guardian gods of the Kyushu realm. The older sister's true form is a spirit fruit. Her name is Fei Li. The younger sister, Fei Lang, is a spirit flower. A flower and a fruit relying on each other through life and death. They must be really close, right? Yes, when we arrived in the Kyushu realm, we learned that Fei Li had ventured into the spirit tree contamination zone and disappeared. Fei Long had searched for her with no success. She finally ran into us and we offered to help. The spirit tree contamination zone. That sounds pretty scary. Yeah, there was so much filth there. It took a lot of effort for us to find Fei Li. It wasn't easy, but it was all worth it to see the sisters reunited. That's right, Fei Long was worried the entire time, but she was so happy when Fei Li finally came back. So they were reunited. That's wonderful. Danmo murmurs to herself, her expression tinged with sadness. Danmo, what's wrong? Hearing you guys talk about the family love between the twin tree gods, I couldn't help thinking about my sister. You have a sister? Yeah, I had a twin sister who died from an illness when we were little. After this many years, I can't even remember what she looked like when we were kids. But I always feel kind of sad when I think about her. She had a really nice voice. I had trouble sleeping when we were little, so she would rub my back and hum nursery rhymes with for me. Danmo's eye turned bright, and she is clearly about to cry. Sorry, you guys must be thirsty after talking so much. I'll bring you some tea. Let's give Danmo some time to calm down. I did not think Danmo would have a past like that. She looks happy and optimistic on the outside, but she has a delicate and gentle side. After hearing all that, I'm starting to feel a little homesick. Are you feeling homesick too? No, I'm just a little confused. Ever since we entered this world, we've known everything here is fictional. Like Danmo's sister, she technically never actually existed. Danmo's memories with her sister and the way she misses her are just program data. But when I saw the way she looked just now, I couldn't help feeling like none of this is fiction. Yes, all the performances here are so realistic, it is impossible not to be immersed in it. But the truth is, all the emotional fluctuations of the characters here are determined by code. They are not physically real. I think one reason we're so moved by the characters here is that they're extremely well designed. But no matter how well designed they are, it can't hide the fact that everything here is just fantasy. But I think emotions and feelings are really subjective. If I can feel it, it's real. Even though Danmo is just a set character, her performance just now didn't seem like an act at all. In this role, it feels like she's no different from a real person. I agree. Summer Blythe and Zephyr Dawson are great examples of that. Who said anyone created by a program can't have a real feelings? Maybe Danmo could be the next Summer Blythe. That makes sense. So, what do you think? I I think feelings are a subjective experience too. Even programs have their own lives. Everything Danmo feels for her sister is real. It doesn't matter what this reality is made up of what drives it. But that's just how I feel right now. Maybe my opinion will change as we continue on this journey. Yeah, we're going to encounter a lot of new people, things, and new experiences. There's still a long road ahead. Let's see what happens. Change is the only constant. Perhaps our opinions will also change after some time. As far as I can see, everything comes from the heart, so just let it happen. It's not like everything follows an exact destined plan. The tea is ready. Danmo pours each of you a cup of tea. She seems to have calmed down. Thank you. Really, there's no need to be so polite. Without your help, I never would have heard the story of the twin tree gods. And speaking of, what did the scenery in the Kyushu realm look like other than that scary spirit tree contamination zone? Were the other areas beautiful? Did it look like the Chunhua realm? Don't worry, we'll take our time and tell you everything. You go on to explain everything you saw in the Kyushu realm to Danmu. The massive ancient tree surrounded by vine blossoms, while not as ethereal or distant as the heavenly palace, was as peaceful and quiet as a magical wonderland. Purple vine blossoms wrapping around the tree, the flowers hanging down from the branches. It sounds so beautiful. I wish I could see those vine blossoms with my own eyes. I wonder if they are the same as I'm imagining. But it's alright. You can't go to the upper rooms yourself, but we can bring a vine blossom bag for you. Yeah, just leave it to me. Really? I can see a vine blossom with my own eyes? Of course, vine blossoms are not a rarity in the Kyushu realm. It will not hurt to pick just one. Wait here, we'll go right away. I heard that purple vine blossoms represent an indulgent, dedicated, and long-lasting love in the language of flowers. What a romantic meaning! These winding vine blossoms are like a love letter to Liu. Denmar, here's the purple vine blossom we promised to bring you. As you hand the purple vine blossoms to Danmo, she examines it from every angle, unable to put it down. It's so beautiful, even more beautiful than I imagined. After seeing this vine blossom, I can imagine what the Kyushu Ram must look like. Danmo picks up her brush, dips it in the colorful ink, and begins painting on the scroll. Her eyes glisten as her brush fluidly dances on the paper, showing a focused composure that you haven't seen from her before. After just moments, a vivid scene of Kyushu Ram begins to take shape on the paper. Wow, Tanmo, you painted exactly what we saw. Great work. It's rare to find such a masterpiece. Just from our description and seeing the vine blossom, you were really able to recreate the Kyushu realm scenery. You're really talented, Tanmo. You guys flatter me too much. I'm a little embarrassed. It is not a flattery. We are truly impressed by this beautiful illustration you created right in front of our eyes. Yeah, I'm really looking forward to seeing what your Liju illustration will look like when it's done. Nanmo smiles at all of you. The happiness overflowing in her heart can't be expressed by words, and you all can't help but smile too. With the Junpao Ram and the Kyushu Ram complete, what will the dream of the next Ram hold? The wilderness ram. I wonder if Danmo will be disappointed when she hears about it. Regardless, it is a true representation of Li Shu. Yeah, telling her the truth is all we can do. Whether she can accept the reality and how she decides to add to the illustration are all up to her. Right, they must be waiting for us. Let's go back and tell them about what we saw in the upper realms. Eh? Dami just said she was looking forward to seeing you, and now here you are. Our journey to the wilderness realm took a little longer than we intended. I hope we didn't keep you guys waiting too long. Not at all. I don't care how long we have to wait as long as you're here. What was the scenery like in the wilderness realm? Was it even more beautiful than the Kyushu realm? Danmo unrolls the scroll, getting her brush and ink ready as she looks at you expectantly. Lin Shen also raises his head to glance at the group. Well, it's kinda hard to say. While everyone has different opinions and perspectives, it's safe to say the scenery in the wilderness realm can't compare to the Kyushu realms. It might be a little different from what you're imagining, Danmo. Oh, hearing that is making me even more curious. What does the wilderness realm look like? From what we saw of the wilderness realm, it is exactly as the name suggests. You tell Danmo and Linshan about everything you saw in the wilderness realm. Not even a single blade of grass can survive in the desolate landscape. The charred earth, stained with blood and death, is completely void of life. With this setting as a backdrop, Baya and Wong Yu's story is even more depressing and grim. After listening to your description, Danmo is silent for some time. Danmo, are you okay? I'm alright, Linshin. I'm just can't really believe it. But everything in the upper realms would be perfect and flawless. Everyone has such a desire to go there. But if that's what the wilderness realm is really like, what should I do about my leisure illustration? Danmo lets out a deep sigh. Her brow is slightly furrowed and she can't seem to bring herself to move the brush in her hand. By now, you all understand that Danmo was set on painting a beautiful and perfect picture of Li Shu. She must have imagined the entire upper realm to be as gorgeous as the Junhua and Kyushu realms. The reality is way different than she thought. This must be tough for Danmo to accept. Maybe I should come up with an excuse to stop her from worrying about it for now. I'm kind of hungry. The cakes you bought before were so good, Admo. Where did you get them? You wink at Legion and he picks up on your signal right away. Oh yeah, you guys must be tired from going to the wilderness ramp. You can all rest here for a bit. Then when I will go. Come on, Danmo, let's go buy some cakes together. We can make some tea while we're at it. Alright. As you watch Danmo and Legion walk away, you all can't help sighing. Danmo looks pretty sad. Yeah, definitely. Judging by what she said just now, she must have been imagining the wilderness realm to be as beautiful as the Kyushu realm. But fantasies are just that. This is reality. Her thoughts cannot change the reality of the wilderness realm. That's very true. Maybe it was too harsh for us to tell her the truth. Since Danmo can't go to the upper realms herself, she always been imagining it. Now I feel like we crushed her dream with our own hands. If we knew how she saw the wilderness realm in her fantasy, maybe we should have just. Even though you don't finish your sentence, the others can clearly hear the hesitation as you speak. Beautiful fantasy and pure reality are like two sides of a scale, and it's unclear which side is heavier. From the beginning, Danmo has wanted to paint the entirety of Lishu. The wilderness realm is part of Lishu too. Even though it's desolate and not very beautiful, I believe maintaining authenticity and completeness are even more important. I agree. Not to mention, we already promised Danmo that we would tell the truth about everything we saw to help her paint her illustration. If we lied to her from the beginning to enforce the beauty she fantasized about, then our promise would be meaningless. That being said, the artist's emotions are also important. Danmo couldn't paint a single stroke just now. If this continues, she isn't going to be able to finish the wilderness ram, let alone the whole Lishu illustration. Right, as someone who studied painting, I can understand how Danmo must feel. I don't think there is anything wrong with fantasizing about things. I mean, illustrations are just an artistic representation of reality. Even the wilderness realm is desolate and lifeless now, it doesn't mean it will always be that way. Miss, what do you think? I think Danmo's feelings are more important. Having perfect fantasies about something isn't bad. For her, fantasizing about and envisioning the upper realms might be the supporting force that's driving her to finish the illustration. If Danmo loses that, she won't have any imagination and she won't be able to finish it. Then the illustration would be nothing more than a tree without any roots. Yeah, that makes sense. Since Danmo wants to record Lishu, the people in Lishu should have their own opinions too. Maybe we can go back to the wilderness realm and ask Baya what she thinks. I agree. It's a good idea to get more advice from other people. It has been some time since the incident with Wang Yu. Perhaps there have been some changes in the wilderness realm. Alright, let's go see Baya. I heard you guys have been busy lately. How come you have the time to visit me? We're in a bit of a situation and we wanted to ask you about it. That's why we came to see you, Lady Baya. How are things in the wilderness realm lately? Well, Baya begins to tell you all what happened in the wilderness realm after you left. She reunited with Wang Yu and relied on her own power to purify the demonic energy in the wilderness realm little by little. Although progress was slow, the wilderness realm is now stable and is slowly beginning to recover. Didn't I tell you guys, the wilderness realm won't be like this forever? Maybe it will be like the upper realms in Danmo's imagination, just like the Kyushu realm. Danmo, the Kyushu realm. You just mentioned a situation. Does it have something to do with this Danmo person? Yeah, Danmo is a mortal ghoul we met in Felicity. Perceptive as always, Lady Baya. I'm just a bit curious. What's going on exactly? Can you tell me? I haven't heard any good stories after being in the wilderness realm for so long. Well, here's what happened. Danmo streamed the Leisure illustration. One by one, you tell Baya how everything began and progressed to this point, including the short Danmo experience just now. Of course, you left out your discussion with Li Shen about his true identity. She has a dream, but she also has fantasies. In my opinion, if you guys want to do right by her, you should tell her the absolute truth about the wilderness realm. Baya's tone remains extremely calm and rational, consistent with her typical behavior. What do you mean by that? Ignoring empty words like painting the Leisure illustration, just speaking from my own mind. Isn't the saddest thing about living here the unwillingness to face reality and the desire to indulge in your own dreamlike fantasies? And since they are only dreams, you'll eventually wake up one day. Because avoiding or refusing to face things will never change anything in this world. All dreams will eventually be awoken from. Fantasies are false and reality is genuine. Yeah, I get it. The answer takes root in your heart. When you look back at the others, they all nod at you. Wait 1 minute. What is Baya doing? What is... You said Danmo didn't want to believe this could be happening to the wilderness realm. I thought she might be able to recognize reality if you use this as proof. Whether it's for her own sake or to help her pin the reality of Lishu, you should bring it to her. The wilderness bone powder cascades from Baya's hand into your open palm, bringing with it the barren desolation unique to this world. Thank you so much, Baya. It's just a handful of bone powder. No need to thank me. It looks like Leishan and Danmo aren't here. I wonder how Danmo is doing. I hope she's feeling better. If she's still feeling lost, should we really give her this spoon powder? Oh man, Baya convinced me, but now that we're here, I'm not so sure anymore. We're the ones who have to face Danmo after all, not Baya. But what she said was true. Fantasies will all eventually shatter one day. Hmm, they're coming. We bought the cakes, give them a try. Yeah, the tea is ready too. Thank you both. It's nothing, there's no need to be so polite. Danmo's reply is relaxed, like he doesn't seem as lost as he was before. Danmo, are you feeling better? Yeah, I'm feeling a lot better. I was really sad at first, but Linshan's reassurance helped me figure things out. Before continuing to speak, Danmo peeks over at Linshan as he stands next to her. My expectations for the upper realms were unrealistic fantasies. I can't go there in person, so I always thought it was an incredibly beautiful place. But the upper realms never promised anyone that it would definitely be a beautiful or happy place. Whether I can truly accept it or not, this is the reality of the wilderness realm. My own delusions or thoughts can't change it. I think that is a good way of looking at it. I suddenly understood everything thanks to what Linshan said to me just now. Huh? What do you mean? I don't think I said anything. Of course you did. You see, even though the situation in the wilderness realm is grim right now, it also has its own charm. Because this is the genuine issue that we live in. After hearing Danmo repeat this, Linshan rubs his hand in embarrassment. Wow, I didn't expect you to be so philosophical. Looks like you've already made a lot of progress. Alright, that's enough compliments. I can't handle anymore. Regardless, I'm glad you were able to figure things out, Danmo. Yeah, so can you tell me again about the wilderness ram? I'll definitely be able to paint it this time. Danmo's gaze is determined and confident. You all can't help but feel moved by her conviction. He is only a mortal without any hope to cultivate immortality. He's never even left Felicity, but her heart remains firm and persistent. What is the difference between her dream and the path the cultivators in this world follow? Alright, we'll tell you about it again. And we just went back to the wilderness drum. We brought something for you. Huh? What's this? It's wilderness bone powder. I hope it can help you portray the most realistic depiction of the wilderness realm you hold in your heart. Realistic. A desolate land covered in wilderness bone powder and a moonless crimson sky. You once again describe everything you encountered. Danmo picks up her brush and puts it to paper without any trace of hesitation. He paints everything, including the dismal brutality and the blood-stained desolation of the wilderness realm. No, I'm finally almost done. The ink still hasn't dried. I should use a special toner to touch it up before it dries. It will look even better that way. Ah, I forgot to bring the toner. It's okay, Danmo. You can head back and work on your illustration, and I'll clean up here. I have some stuff to talk with my cultivation friends anyway. Okay, I'll take my leave then. See you guys next time. You guys must be going to the ashram next. I have a favor to ask. Do you want us to bring you something from the ashram? No, I want to go with you. You want to come with us? Aren't you going to stay here with Danmo? Staying with Danmo is important, but if I could personally describe what the last ram looked like to her, to me, it would be more meaningful. You didn't make it to the ashram during the last beta test? Yeah, that's one of the reasons I want to go with you guys. I want to see what the ashram looks like with my own eyes. I understand how you feel, but the ashram is the highest realm. I am somewhat worried. Don't worry. Even though I'm not great at magic, I can definitely defend myself. I won't hold you guys back, and I would never interrupt your journey. Legion eagerly pats his chest as he makes these promises. He seems worried that you refuse to take him with you. I think it should be fine. This is the second beta test Legion has participated in. Who knows? He might be able to help us. When you put it like that, I agree. I have no objections. One more person just makes us much stronger. I think it's fine. Just make sure you take care of yourself. Don't make us use our energy to save you. I won't. Don't worry. After making this agreement, you tell Lin Shen what items to prepare before heading to the ashram. The upper realms aren't exactly a dreamland. After experiencing the brutality of the wilderness realm, what awaits you in the final realm? Lin Shen, have you guys seen Lin Shen? When Denmo sees you coming back, she rushes over. Lin Shen? No, we didn't see him in the ashram. We thought he came back here to look for you. No, he didn't come back here. Gosh, I have no idea where he went. He isn't usually like this. Do you think something happened? Denmo sounds anxious and she is clearly worried about Lin Shen. The danger in the ashram has been taken care of, so nothing bad should have happened. Perhaps he was tired after experiencing so much in the upper realms, so he came back to relax first. He'll definitely show up soon. No matter what happens, he won't leave you behind. Yeah, he really cares about you. He'd never leave without saying goodbye. What are you guys saying? Danmo's expression changes from one of worry to one of embarrassment, and she plays with the hem of her shirt shyly. Danmo looks like she wants to say something, but remains silent. Danmo, is there something you want to tell us? Well, we're all friends. If something's bothering you, we're always here to listen. I, actually, I want to tell Legion how I feel about him after I finish my Leisure illustration. Hmm. You want to directly tell him how you feel? It is not Danmo's bold, passionate, and straightforward pursuit of her feelings that surprises you all, but rather the difference between Legions and her identity. Danmo, are you sure you have thought this through? Do you want to keep thinking about it? Yes, I've made up my mind, and I believe it would be the perfect time after I completed the Liju illustration. Now that I think about it, I never thought I would fall in love with Lin Shen when I first met him. But recently, I've slowly started to feel like I can't live without him. Lin Shen is so important to me. He doesn't just spend time with me or help me fulfill my dreams. I also feel like he's taught me so many things about life and taken good care of me. So I want to tell him how I feel. Everything Daimo sees is affectionate and romantic. You can tell she is sharing her true feelings. But before any of you can reply, Danmo takes your hand. Anyway, this is our little secret. If you see Lin Shen, don't say anything to him. Of course, don't worry. Then I'm going to check out the tea house Lin Shen usually goes to. If you find him first, tell him to come find me. Alright? You all watch as Danmo walks away, unable to stop your brows from furrowing. Do you guys think Danmo and Lin Shen can make it work? If they were both from this world, it would be okay. But For some reason, I am reminded of Summer Blythe and Zephyr Dawson. Even though the situation is not exactly the same, it is somewhat similar. Instead of worrying about it, we should find Linshan and ask him what he thinks. Good idea. Let's find him first. We should try to talk to him before Danmo does. The dream is ending, and everything in this world is for nothing. Linshan is leaning against a tree trunk, appearing sad as he mumbles to himself. Linshan, what are you doing here? You guys are back from the ice realm. Danmo has been looking for you. Why are you here alone? When Luke mentions Danmo, Linshan's eyes dim somewhat. Danmo, the beta test is about to end again. I don't know if she'll have time to finish her illustration. Linshan doesn't answer Luke directly, instead bringing up a topic that directly contradicts it. The Liju illustration is only missing the ashram now. He can help Danmo fulfill her wish as long as he tells her what he saw there. But it doesn't look like Linshan is in a hurry. In fact, he seems reluctant to move. Are you here by yourself because you are worried about what will happen after you help Danmo finish the Liju illustration? Are you thinking about how you should face her, or rather, how you should face the end of this game? Linshan's expression freezes. It's clear that Vin hits the nail on the head. Time waits for no man. You know the end is coming, so are you going to simply resign yourself to it? Yeah, in the beginning, you said you just wanted to help Danmo finish her illustration. Why are you hesitating during the final step? I... In response to your constant questions, Linshan lets out a deep sigh. It's not that I don't want to see her, I just don't know how to feel. Oh, whatever. We know each other well enough now, so I'll just be straight with you. You all know I've always liked Danmo, but now that the game is almost over, I'm getting more and more confused. I fell in love with a program NPC in a game. Is that really love? I suspected Linshan is struggling with the difference between his and Danmo's identities. Now, I can't even tell if this feeling is real. Or am I just projecting my own feelings onto this virtual world? Is it just wishful thinking? Linshan looks to you all as if he's searching for a definite answer. I think your feelings for Danmo are real. You feel happy for Danmo and you feel sad for her. Those are all your true feelings. I know you're struggling because of Danmo's identity, but I think even digital lives have their own minds and souls. We've all seen you two together. It definitely isn't just simple programming commands. That is right. It is not impossible for AI to develop its own consciousness. We have even witnessed it ourselves. Rather than doubt the authenticity of your relationship, I think it is better to believe Danmo has changed because of you. Don't doubt, just believe. You've probably heard the saying, what is reasonable is real. That which is real is reasonable. Even in the real world, a lot of people pursue things in the virtual world. As long as you yourself acknowledge those feelings, they are real to you. And the people and things you acknowledge also exist because of this acknowledgement. Yeah, and whoever said love can only be between two humans. There are countless love stories across different cultures and backgrounds throughout history. Why should yours be constrained by it? No matter what obstacles you encounter in the future, I know you'll be able to overcome them as long as you have love in your heart. There's no such thing as acceptable or unacceptable love. It only depends on your own heart and how you feel. And you don't even know what Danmo is thinking, hiding out here alone, worrying of this in secret. Isn't that unfair to Danmo? We saw her just now and she was really worried about you. She thought something bad might have happened. Yes, when it comes to love, you will never know if you do not try. Love. Lin Shen's gaze shifts slightly and he looks at you all in silence for some time. After some time, Lin Shen's gaze stops shifting around. It seems like he has made a decision. I've made up my mind. At the very least, I should tell Danmo how I really feel about her. Then you should go see her now, right? She's been looking for you everywhere. It seems like she wants to tell you something important too. Yeah, thank you guys. It's time to take this first step. Lin Shen takes off like a gust of wind. You all watch on with relieved expressions as he leaves. When you return to Felicity again, Lin Shen is with Danmo. They're all holding hands, looking affectionate. Are you two together? You both have feelings for each other. That's great. Congratulations, you two make a perfect couple. We were lucky to witness your journey together. Yeah, I'm so happy for you guys. I need to thank you guys too. If I hadn't heard your insights, I might not have had the courage to come see Danmo. Ah, I see. In that case, you all are really too kind. You didn't just help me finish my leisure illustration, you also helped Linshan. Danmo glances over at Linshan again as she speaks, her expression filled with a unique girly shyness. The most important thing is that you two have feelings for each other. You're just along for the ride. By the way, Danmore, you said you finished the illustration? Yeah, I'll show it to you guys right now. With that, Danmore pulls the illustration out of the bamboo box next to her, slowly unfurling it. Floating clouds embrace the sun, and the branches of trees hang in the breeze. The scene is like a perfect fairy tale palace, with a faint magical aura completely void of the mundane. The ashram in her painting is exactly the same as you witnessed, both ethereal and charming. Danmo, you are such a good painter. Yeah, you even captured the magical essence of the ashram. I couldn't believe it when I finished the painting. I actually accomplished what I set out to do. You earnestly chased your dream and never gave up. Finishing the Liu illustration was your destiny. That is right. I recall the saying, as long as you are sincere, nothing is impossible. What are you going to do now that you've finished the illustration? Of course, I'm going to stay with Lin Shen. I'll go wherever he goes. If he wants to live a relaxed life in the Chunhua realm, I'll be with him. It seems like there is a glimmer in Danmo's eyes. You all follow her tender gaze as she looks at Lin Shen, waiting for his reply. I will cherish all of the time I have left with Danmo. I want to spend every day by his side and experience the beautiful scenery of the Tianhua realm together. For me, that will always be true, no matter what happens. Don't fret about the future, simply live in the present. Don't worry about whether something is real or fake, just focus on the truth of your own feelings. Even though there isn't much time left for this world, everything will be okay with a sincere partner by your side. With this illustration of Liju, a dream comes true.